sure there's not a copyright on the music? You ever heard that Martina sing 4th of July? That's pretty cool.
That's not Sasquatch and Dan, is it?
No.
I think for a prop, Geezer ought to bring one of those half pints of whiskey.
Yeah.
And pour Coke in that or something, or iced tea, and just swig it during the show. That'd be a cool prop.
Yeah. If they can't hear us right now.
I'm gonna have to bring the real thing.
Of course, knowing Geezer, it would not be tea.
That's right.
Whoa.
Well, that was abrupt. Good evening, Texas bikers and bikers all around the world. I know I goofed that up, but hey, my name is Mel Popeye Moss,
OG.
OG, and Geezer. We got the Geezer cam going tonight, and man,
Full house.
full house. Hey, you know, listen, you guys, I'm doing some research for the Waco 7 years later today, and I pulled up a deal where the law enforcement was talking about what happened. And let me tell you, I got so damn mad at the lies and innuendos that went on.
Oh, you're talking about way back when Swanton was talking about it?
Yes.
And all that? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I was pissed at all the lies and everything else. And, man, and I'm thinking on when we do this thing on May 17th, that we may just start out with that press conference.
We should.
It is sickening of what they did, what they said, and the things that went on after that. Absolutely incredible. And so, man, but I digress, everybody. I digress. And, hey, one thing I wanted to say to everybody, everybody is aware of what's going on in our country and what the potato head is doing. Everybody is aware of it. Everybody's watching it. Everybody's watching all the promises that are being made. And the promises of higher prices, higher taxes. I mean, the list runs on and on and on, and everything is free. Everything is free. He's wanting to make everything free. And he's telling me that the rich are going to pay for it. Let me promise you, there's not enough money. You could take every bit of the richest, the most rich people's money, and it wouldn't run the government for 2 days, 2 months.
All you have to do is look up the stats on which class of people pay the highest percentage of federal income tax and compare it to the wealthy who only contribute somewhere between, I believe it's 3 and 5%.
Right.
You know, it's simple mathematics, but again, they think we're all stupid and knuckle draggers.
Exactly. And we're not talking just bikers. We're talking all of us. So if you're buying into that, you are so being taken for a ride, because it's just not going to happen. Eventually, they're going to get around to you. If you remember, Hillary Clinton thought anybody that was rich, guess where it started at? 33,000.
You all need to get ready for that digital exam, because it's coming.
Yeah, it surely is. And so, we're talking about free child care, free college, free this, free that. And, it's all going to be on the backs of the rich and people that make over $400,000 a year.
Well, I listened to some very interesting discussion going on tonight on Newsmax.
Uh-huh.
The former chief of staff for Trump was on, and they were talking about this really may not be Biden. Now, think about it. When you look at him, when he's addressing you on television, you look at those beady little eyes and you don't see any lights on.
Right.
There's no form of intelligence in there.
Exactly.
Nothing. It's like two coal holes.
Not the potato head.
Now, if you'll look at how they're referring to his administration, it's being referred to as the Biden-Harris administration, and not just by him, but by a whole load of people.
Yeah.
When they discuss the administration, they will say the Biden and Harris administration. And what's really interesting is when Harris is on, she will address it as the Harris-Biden administration, and she has done that more than once. This has happened so many times, it can no longer be thought of as some kind of a mistake or whatever. It is a setup. She is pulling Potato Head more to the left, but make no bones about it, she is starting to run the ship.
Yeah, I do believe that's true. And you guys, and what I said, we're all seeing what's going on. We're all recognizing what's happening. And that's the reason you have to stay engaged.
You need to turn on the video, Popeye.
Do what now?
The video is not on.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I got so excited when we started this show.
Thank you, Jerry.
You guys have to catch that sooner. You have to catch that sooner. Good Lord. And I have it right over here. Turn on the video, fool.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But hey, I digress. I screwed up again. I'm going to have to put these in your hands.
Put me in charge, boss.
Put you in charge. Okay. I'm going to put you in your hands to say, turn on the video.
I almost did, but I said, nah, he's not going to forget this.
Yeah. Good Lord. Good Lord.
See, we're recording. The video's on.
Yeah. What is it? The third or fourth time I've done that?
At least.
Yeah.
Well, it was one time we couldn't get it on.
That's
if
true.
I remember right.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue here. We've got to get our minds right for the midterms. And believe me, this is coming up sooner than you think. Every day that clicks off, we're getting closer to it. And so we got to get to where we are ready. We got to be ready for the challenge, and especially we've got to be ready for another round of cheating. But there, believe me, you guys, Arizona, Michigan, and those states are still fighting. They're still auditing their votes. And those people aren't letting go of it. They're not letting go of it. And they're having some success. Now, the other side is fighting like hell to keep it from going public. They don't want you to know. But it looks like, excuse me, it looks like that we're going to have success here, and they're going to be exposed. And especially the voting machines and so on. Now here in Texas, all the woke corporations, all the woke corporations, they're raising hell about our legislature. Yeah, so the legislature has passed some new laws. And it's these laws, one of them is going to bar election officials from removing poll watchers. They're going to beef up election fraud penalties. It stops voting by mail sent out unless the voter requested it. And it will be a state crime in voting in Texas and another state. Now, the corporations that are bitching about this are Hewlett Packard, Dell, an outfit called Salesforce. I assume that's an internet thing. American Airlines, of course. Unilever, whatever the hell that is. Microsoft, of course. So these woke companies are now bitching about it. They're bitching about voter integrity. They're bitching about, and I didn't see anything in there about voter ID. And I would think that, that's got to be in there.
Well,
I hope that it is.
I just sure had to pull out my driver's license Saturday when I voted in the election.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Good. Now these people are assuming that black people, and that's who they're talking about, don't have the smarts to get a driver's license. Don't have the smarts to get an ID. They should be insulted. But we know if they bought a home, they had to show some ID. If they rented an apartment, they had to show some ID. If you're going to get a bank account, you got to show some ID.
Hell, I can't get my discount at Lowe's without showing my ID.
You can't get your Social Security without a frickin' ID. So that point should be moot. And everyone, every voter should have an ID. Every voter. All across this country. And I do believe this next election cycle, we're going to be ready for the cheating. We're going to be ready for it. We're not going to put up with it again. And there should be no, and one thing they would like to see is smaller precincts so the votes can be counted without machines. No machines. Smaller precincts.
Well, that would mean paper ballots.
Yes, it would. In hand and counted, not by a machine.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. That's one of the only ways to stop this. Now that the cat is out of the bag, and we've got to make sure we raise enough hell with these politicians that we're not going to put up with it. We're not going to let this happen again. So get ready, everybody. Get ready. Because it's coming sooner than you think. They'll be running. They're already gearing up to run in this next election cycle. Governor of Florida. I mean, the list is going to run on and on. And we got to put the right people into office. So this is what we want to do. Hey, did you guys...
You mentioned Governor of Florida.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a former Republican governor going to run against DeSantis.
On the Democratic side.
Yeah, on the Democratic
What
side.
a moron.
Maybe that's what we need to do.
Hey, I don't think he's gonna have any success against DeSantis. He's sharp.
Probably not. Yeah.
He is sharp. He is sharp. But so, listen, you guys. Did y'all know the BLM put out some new demands today?
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, they put out some new demands. Number one, they want to convict and ban Donald Trump from future political office. It says we are joining Representative Ilhan Omar, Representative Ayanna Presley, Representative Cori Bush, Rep. Jamal Bowman, and others who are demanding Trump be immediately convicted in the United States Senate. Trump must also be banned from holding elected office in the future. And it says, call your members of Congress. Good luck with that one, everybody. He's already been tried. What do we got? Double jeopardy going on? Wouldn't that be what that would be?
Yes.
You would think.
So, I'm telling you, man, there's some rocket scientists in that group. And next, they want to expel Republican members of Congress who attempted to overturn the election and incite a white supremacist attack.
And who was that?
I'm not sure. I guess they're talking about when the Capitol Hill police let all those people into the building and stopped everything that was going on inside there. That's what I'm saying. Says more than half the Republican representatives and multiple senators stoked up Trump's conspiracy theories and encouraged the white supremacists to take action to overturn the election. We are supporting Representative Cori Bush's resolution to expel them from Congress for their dangerous and traitorous actions. We also support steps to bar them from seeking another office. Now, if you paid attention to what's been going on over the last year and a half, especially with BLM, and of course now they're out buying mansions off the money they collected. And really that's what this is a money collecting machine. And let me say this, guys, sooner or later, the people in power are going to turn on them. They're going to turn on Antifa. And you know why? Because the people in power if they truly believe that these people helped them defeat Donald Trump, well, what's to keep them from turning around and doing that to them? The answer is nothing. Because they don't like Biden any better.
They will use them until they have total control.
Exactly. And then they will turn on these people. They will turn on these people in a heartbeat. And, you know, they because that's what happens with a socialist communist structure. They can't have them around. Oh, no, hell, they don't want them turning around and going after them.
And then they'll go after the media.
Yes, they will.
And they'll put a death hold choke on the media.
Yes, they will. And they'll go after Hollywood. They'll go after all these folks if they're not falling in line. If they think they are a threat, they will turn on them. And I predict that's what will happen here at some point. It really is. It really is. But, man, it's crazy, OG.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now that a lot of people aren't aware of. You brought up something last week about the post office.
Oh, yeah.
And their spying. Now, we didn't quite get it right. Because I heard more talk about it tonight.
Uh-oh.
And the post office isn't looking at what kind of mail you're getting. There are people now in the postal department that are monitoring social media. That's what they're doing. Now, it has piqued the interest of a representative in the House who has started to ask questions and is not getting answers from the post office. Obviously, the question is, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
And who authorized this? Those questions are not being answered. They're being ignored. So this representative is trying to whip up enough interest within the House and the Senate to bring the post office to bear. But yet here you have, and I'll use the term loosely because technically the post office is no longer part of the federal government. However, it is. They just privatized it, but it's an arm of the government.
They privatized it to an extent. The Constitution created the post office. So they know they're going to get funding. They know they are. And so
But isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is interesting, and I think we should help that congressman. We should fan the flames on that one, everybody. If the post office is spying on us, and apparently they are.
Yep, and they're monitoring social media. So, like everyone says, be conscious of what the hell you're posting on your Facebook page.
Yep.
And in your news feed, because it's being watched. Now, to some degree, we just really don't give a damn because we're going to post what we think is going on.
Yes.
But be very careful about posting anything that could be interpreted as some act of terrorism.
Yes.
Otherwise, you might have your front door coming down in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Yes,
Courtesy of your local postal carrier.
Or a threat.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean-
I never understood that anyway, why you would threaten somebody on Facebook. But a lot of people do.
I understand people and they're passionate about things. And I'm passionate about the Constitution, and we all are here. And we do believe that everybody has their right to support the candidate of their choice, no matter which side you're on. And we do believe in our inalienable rights under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Now, we're not to the point that we're going to go out like the BLM and others within our government, like Maxine Waters, that actually goes out there and fans the flames to the point it's a threat. It's a threat. She should not be in Congress. She needs to be expelled, is what she needs to be, for the things she's doing, for the things she's saying, for the flames she's fanning. And you know, as we see more and more police officers that are assassinated, and that's the way I'm going to say it, we're not anti-police. No biker group out there is. There times we get mad as hell about what's going on? Yeah. We get mad as hell at having our constitutional rights violated. We get mad as hell over the lack of due process. And that includes the courts and the state government that makes these laws that allows law enforcement to do these things. Now, do we think everybody out there, it's like everything else? There's good and bad everywhere. There just is. That's all over our country. So we can't have a law enforcement and courts that punishes innocent people.
Well, speaking of law enforcement and punishment, Derek Chauvin's attorney today filed to get that conviction overturned.
Yes, I saw that.
I can only hope that she was named in part of that filing. That would be great.
Yeah.
Because that would add fuel to getting her thrown the hell out.
Yes. And others, not only Maxine Waters, others. The potato head should have kept his damn mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, that was a stupid statement he made.
So it just goes on and on. You know, and the people on the left who wants to constantly talk about race, who wants to talk about, white supremacists, and, they're going to peg us that, even though we're not, no place near it. There's racism everywhere in every ethnic group. There's going to be some racist. Somebody is going to say or do something stupid. But that's just the way things are. But to say that the country is systemically racist, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Period. I don't know. You got any more on that? Because
I saw something. There's more white people killed by cops.
There is.
Than black people.
That's the truth of it.
And of course, there's more. They're going to throw back. There's more white people than there are black people, which is also true.
Yeah.
But generally, we don't fight when we get pulled over. I know our niche of people don't. If we get pulled over, we put our hands behind our back and go to jail and then try to get them in court.
Yeah.
Again, it's all in the math. Numbers wise, hell yeah, there's a lot more white folk than people of color. and I'll use that term. I hate to be politically correct. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know I'm not the politically correct kind, but there are a lot more white people. However, it's a numbers game, and what you have to look at is what's the percentage number. And typically the percentage number will be a little higher for the people of color because the crime rate is a hell of a lot higher in that faction of the community. Now, we can go on ad nauseum as to what the probabilities are and the possibilities, but that's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is there's a much higher crime rate in that faction of the community, and there tends to be a hell of a lot more disrespect for law enforcement from that particular part of the community, and they start resisting. And resistance is just a recipe to get hurt or killed.
Yeah.
All you have to do is comply. Just comply, go through it, it'll be over. And if you were mistreated and have a case, all you got to do is call an attorney and you'll get some money.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, that's what I'd do.
If they're wrong, they're wrong. And, hey, we always tell everybody, if you get stopped, if you get pulled over, you have your camera ready and you video the stop, not only to protect yourself from a police officer that's having a bad day or got a bad attitude, you can protect yourself. And that's the best way to do it. And so, and of course now, a law officer the other day saw that his video camera, his body camera, protected him from a lady that filed a complaint that was lying her ass off.
Oh, you talking about that incident in Los Angeles?
Yes.
I watched that about 6 times tonight before I came over.
Yeah.
Just interesting as hell.
Yeah.
What we have...
She called him a murderer.
Yeah, well, let's call it what it is. There was a black teacher, obviously an activist, driving that car.
Yeah.
She was pulled over by a Hispanic police officer for talking on her phone or texting while driving.
Uh-huh.
So the officer pulled her over. He had his, like you said, he had his body cam on, and they said something about he had to buy it. Okay, so apparently it wasn't issued. He was smart enough to buy one. And I mean, you couldn't have been more pleasant, more courteous. He told the lady why he was pulling her over. She's calling him a murderer.
Oh yeah.
All kinds of crap. And he asked her for her driver's license. She doesn't have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have it.
Now, what kind of an idiot pulls the crap that she did? Name calling, the whole bit.
Yeah.
She's videoing him, telling him she's videoing him.
Uh-huh.
She obviously doesn't know what the hell a body cam looks like because she's so frickin' stupid, she now files a complaint.
Yeah.
Which immediately got dusted off because the officer had a body cam.
Yeah. And you know what, OG? That takes us to our point. She's a racist.
Exactly.
She's a racist. And she's black.
She's not white. She can't be.
It don't matter. She's a racist. It's like, that's our point. They're racist in every ethnicity.
I hate to say it, and I'm sure there are people out there that will disagree with me, but I'm beginning to believe the only people that are not racist in this country are white. Boom. I dropped the bomb.
You did drop a bomb.
But, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you know what?
That's all we get accused of.
They are the only ones that have really tried to make things right.
Yeah.
They really, they've tried to make things right. Otherwise, they'd be bitching about everybody that's on the commercials, everybody that's in the movies. They'd be boycotting it. They wouldn't elect a black president twice. So, but yet we still get hammered. We still get hammered. And we're called white supremacists with no due process.
Yeah.
By the media, by the BLM, by these other left-wing groups who just continue the pounding. And many people, I've heard it, what the hell do we have to do? But, I do believe we're not going to go as far as they want. Because things are going to change here pretty quick as the country goes into a funk over overspending, over being overtaxed, and over, our economy is what was or is, still is, an oil-based economy. The petrodollar, everybody, means something. All the oil around the world is bought with dollar bills. And we're working to destroy it, is what we're doing. We got a potato head in the damn White House that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Or then again, maybe he does. Maybe he does. Because we're on a fast track. We're on a fast track to economic collapse.
Has anybody looked at their grocery bill lately?
Hey.
Unfrickin' believable.
I mean, we got people right now predicting no gas this summer. In other words, stations without gas. Now, I don't know if any of that is true or that's a bunch of another left-wing bunch of BS. But people are waving that red flag.
We went through that in the late 70s.
That's right.
That was a fricking nightmare. And for those of you in Texas, think back to that hurricane we had here a couple years back when those refineries got shut down. You couldn't find a gas station anywhere that had gas around here.
I'm telling everybody, you better brace yourselves and you better get ready for these midterms. And you need to be putting heat on your representatives, and they should know who you are. They should know who you are. And you need to let them know we don't want to be a socialist country. We don't want to go down this road. We've got to reverse this train. Literally, the Amtrak train that they're trying to get us on. And it's not going to be a 200-mile-an-hour job. As we saw in Mexico in the last 24 hours, they had one of their light rails collapse, a bridge collapse.
Yeah, it ran onto a road.
Yeah, right onto the road below.
Yep.
Incredible, everybody. And that's their newest bridge.
And the economy isn't necessarily the worst thing that's going on right now.
No, it's not.
Because we are not paying attention to what's going on with China.
Nope.
Or Russia.
Nope.
What's going on in the Ukraine.
Nope.
What's going on the Pacific Rim.
Nope.
And you've got this frickin' idiot at the helm now, Potato Head.
Yeah.
Being led around like a bull with a ring in his nose by Harris.
And we got a bunch of treasonous out there just having their way.
And the perception is we are now weak as hell.
Yeah, yes, that is so true.
And my greatest fear is we are going to be in another war before too long.
You know what? As he is exposed as being weak, and the other side decides they want to take advantage of it, and then all of a sudden he's going to step up and show how powerful he is. There's no telling what's going to happen.
That's true. That's true.
You know, all of these years we've had peace through strength. I'm afraid that that perception is gone.
Well, it'd be just our luck. Potato Head vaporizes, and Harris goes menopausal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It could be the end of the world, man.
What? Yeah. Just think, we're taken down by Joe and the Hoe.
Yeah.
Well, on our southern border, MS-13's using the migrant caravans to sneak people in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Plus, they caught 2 Yemeni terrorists.
Yemeni
recently.
terrorists.
Well, and I heard another
What can
interesting.
you say about that? Damn.
This is how they're getting their asses into the country. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard it tonight. You could have a group of 15 people claiming to be a family,
Uh-huh.
and if one member of that group is age 6 or younger,
Mhm.
according to the laws that now exist, they have to immediately release all 15 people into the population of the United States.
Yeah. You know what, everybody? Did you vote for any of this? How in the hell has this happened?
They did if they voted for Biden.
I know, but did you vote for this? And you know, he was. They said he was fixing to have a moment of sanity. He was going to leave the Trump quota alone, but then he got pressure from all the other. And see, this is the thing about it. They know Joe is going to cave to all these different groups. He's going to cave to them. And they know it. So they start raising a little hell, and all of a sudden he changes course. Again and again and again. And he's going to do it every time. Every time. So this is where we're at, guys. Wow. Wow. You know, on May 17th, 2021, we're going to do a special show, and it's going to be looking back at law enforcement then and now. And like I said, we're going to start out with that press conference where Sergeant Swanton is standing there and just spitting out an unbelievable narrative. And and then they also had there was a former informant that used to be with Hell's Angels. He spoke, and he too laid out some whoppers. Absolutely incredible, everybody. Absolutely incredible. And we're going to be in particular talking about law enforcement and the courts then and now, and the things that are still going on because of Twin Peaks, where they tried to send innocent people to prison. And many of those people we knew because we'd worked with them in the state legislature. And so we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about the effects and the lives that were ruined, families that suffered over the actions of law enforcement and the courts. And that's what we're going to be doing that evening, OG.
It would be good to remember.
Yes, yes. Because we got things going on in the state legislature right now that we hope will result in some of the things that happened then will never happen again. And one of the main things is, in my opinion, is due process and a fair shake, a fair trial. And it's really all the bikers are asking for.
Dual process, or more important, I think, is consistency also.
Yeah.
What happens in one county, you should be able to expect it to happen in another
Right.
county.
Well, everybody in Waco, it was a $2 million bond, wasn't it?
It was
it was
basically
$1 million
$1 million.
bond,
$1 million
and then
bond.
there were several that got $2 million bonds.
But $1 million bond is for, if you're a mass murderer or something.
Well,
What's crazy? Wait, what's crazy, Geezer, is the ones that got $2 million bonds. I do believe they were released, and then they went and arrested them again, and then put them under a $2 million bond instead of $1 million. It's absolutely incredible.
Well, it was also stated over and over that $1 million bond was way beyond the purview of a justice of the peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not legal.
Yeah, and he was another.
He was a real
Tragedy.
piece of work.
Yeah, another tragedy. That's what that was. But wow. You guys, that's about all I got. You got anything you want to bring up?
No, I think we pretty well covered most of it. No special message tonight, but there will be next week.
Okay.
We don't want it to be premature. That's why we have to hold it a week.
Okay.
We're getting things ready.
Okay. You probably didn't. They probably didn't catch last week's. I'm talking about the effects of that. Yeah.
No, that's still rolling downhill.
Yeah. So. But hey, you guys, make sure to join us on the 17th, and we'll be back on if anything crazy happens. And that's, you know what? That's almost to the point. That's every day. That's every day. It's some other BS out there that you go, what the hell? And so, and one other thing, we do look forward to our national event.
That's coming up soon.
That's coming up soon.
Just a little over a month away, I guess.
Yeah,
About a month away.
yeah. We'll be going to New Mexico.
Albuquerque and thereabouts.
Yeah, and New Mexico, are they still shut down?
No.
Well,
They opened up?
I don't know that they're fully open like Texas.
I don't think they're shut down like you're talking about.
It's
where
not
you
tight,
have to
no.
wear masks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, everybody, I do want to say, all these companies that are woke, that are out there doing their wokeness, don't support these bastards. Don't support them. Don't go to a baseball game. don't go to a football game. As long as they're preaching the woke crap, as long as they're talking about these communist organizations, don't participate. Don't buy Coca-Cola. You can go. You can get the off-brand, and Coca-Cola don't make those. Those belong to those companies.
They got a pretty decent off-brand at Kroger.
Yeah, Kroger has a Coke Zero, their brand, and guess what? They own it, not Coke. And so yeah, it's pretty decent. That's what I drink now. I do not participate. I don't watch TV with I don't watch the crappy local news because they're propagandists also. I don't watch the national news.
I only watch Newsmax and OAN.
Yeah. They're not peckerheads.
I'll read Western Journal occasionally.
Okay. I do watch some of the, like he said, Newsmax and OAN. And I watch a lot of YouTube.
Of course, I watch Tommy Lahren.
Well, you're watching Tommy Lahren. You're not listening to Tommy Lahren.
No, I'm also listening to her.
You're leering at Tommy Lahren.
Yeah, and I watch a lot of hill climbs on YouTube. Those are interesting. And see, there's a guy called Matt Rescue or something like that. He goes and pulls these people that are in these off-roaders that get stuck, but they're not necessarily in an off-road, because today I saw one where they pulled a van out of a damn ditch. So people are morons, like we talk about.
Drive like they vote.
So it's absolutely incredible. And I watched the Boca Chica, the rocket that hopefully launches tomorrow and lands instead of blowing up. But let me tell you, the ones that have blown up are pretty exciting. Hell yeah. They had one blow up about 2 miles up, and just pieces of of stainless steel and everything was falling all over the place.
I guess you got to know when to dial in Boca Chica.
Yeah.
Because every time I've done it, nothing's happening.
Well, tune in tomorrow.
At what time? What's the secret?
Tomorrow, let me see. The road closures are the key.
Okay.
If it says they're going to have a road closure and they've evacuated the Boca Chica village, they have to move all those people out of the way, in case one of them blows up and comes down on their house. So, and so tomorrow road closure is 12 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
So there's an 8-hour window.
Well, they got to fill that thing with the methane gas and all this other stuff. It takes a while to get it ready to go. But, man, once it launches, it's kind of cool. But, hey, we're hoping they stick a landing. Elon Musk is... I
don't guess he's running out of money.
He hadn't run out of money. Hell no. NASA just gave him another $1 billion or so.
Did you hear the Saturday Night Live cast will not appear with him because they don't like how rich he is?
They don't like how rich he is. That's racist.
Yep.
I would think. I don't know. I don't have a problem with rich people. I mean, he's providing thousands of jobs. I mean, Boca Chica, that little bitty town. Now, because of that that facility, now employs 3,000 people, and they are busy building, and it's
and they're good
it's
jobs,
incredible.
too.
Yes, they are good, high-paying jobs. A lot of construction guys, a lot of welders. Man, It's incredible what they're doing down there. And that's a tiny place. But you know what? He's a genius for choosing that. He doesn't have all the regulations that they had in California. And they still have a facility in California at Vandenberg Air Force Base where they're launching a rocket tonight, as a matter of fact. And it's putting out satellites again and again and again because he's putting up a network around the world, a satellite network around the world that's going to bring internet service and stuff to people that are in hard to get places. And it's up and running. So we'll see what happens. But that's kind of interesting that Saturday Night Live has a problem. You know, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live, I'll bet, in 10, 15 years.
Well, he's supposed to host the show.
Oh, okay.
And that's what started the big stink.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are they still doing it?
Well, I mean, the last I heard was the cast did not want to appear with him.
Well,
So I don't know
not
what the hell
wanting
they're
to
gonna do.
and ended up doing it. Hey,
Well, let's get a fresh bunch of people in there with it.
that's right. That's what I do. I say, "Oh, you son of bitches, you're fired."
Do what Reagan did with the air controllers.
Yeah, you're fired. You're gone. But I don't watch Saturday Night Live anyway. But I might watch if Elon Musk is on, and I know they don't like him.
There you go.
Just saying, everybody. Okay, man. With that, everybody,
Good night.
if you don't have a motorcycle, buy one. Come ride with us. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.